Hello, fabulous superstar Sagittarius. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of April 2025. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. A limited number of consultations are now available with me or my friends, including Andy of Wise Ass Astrology, over on my website. Secure yours now at nadiyashah.com. Links below. This month's full moon takes place on the 12th of the month, and it is in a friendship part of your sky. But this part of the sky is so much richer than that. It also has to do with the more loftier aims of your life, the hopes and wishes, if you will. It has to do with welcoming in really big opportunities, the kind that come about mainly because of who you know and not always because of what you know. It has to do with group endeavors, including professional group endeavors, but more personal friendships are covered here as well. Well, this full moon is such an interesting one, and what's happening around it is fascinating as well. The full moon itself, well, it is speaking in a conversation of tension with Mars. Under the light of this full moon, Mars will be in a part of the sky for you that has to do with profound change, truth, transformation, and regeneration, but it also has to do with the wealth and your relationship with financial institutions. And so you are one of the signs that needs to be mindful that money and friendship don't necessarily get along under the sky. However, there's another way to understand this, and that is about the truth of what's really going on within a particular dynamic in a group endeavor. Are there power struggles or power games being played in a professional group? Well, this is where it starts to feel tiring or frustrating in some way, especially for a Sag, because most Sages out there, they prefer harmony, so much so that they will avoid something tough, even if it's necessary to discuss or to understand. But for all of that, we get this conversation of tension, and a part of this could also be some really big opportunity you're hoping for, you're going for, and you're digging very deep within yourself to try and make it happen now. But here's the thing, what we also have is Jupiter speaking in supreme harmony with this full moon. I love this energy for you, I have to say. And this is helpful people, one-on-one alliances, business partnerships, or other people that you know, in that sense of being able to have those one-on-one exchanges, whether it's giving you the right advice or whether it is coming through for you through actions they take. This is where big opportunities can find you as a result of who you know and not necessarily what you know. It is now that people facilitate good news, a change of circumstance, big blessings, but also they facilitate meaningful change in your life now. The stuff that you are fighting for, that you feel like you're having to dig deep for, well, the effort itself is worth it. No effort is ever wasted, but it's almost like you might make things more complex than they need to be. Share your journey with others. Share those lofty aspirations and what you're really going for. There will be solace in understanding, in friendship, in communication, but also it could open up a new understanding within yourself where you recognize opportunity or perhaps even have it presented to you more directly. Now, what's fascinating is that on the 7th of the month, so just days before the full moon, Mercury goes direct. But under the light of the full moon, 39 minutes after the full moon perfects, Venus goes direct. I think this is remarkable. Now, both Mercury and Venus go direct in a part of the sky for you that has to do with the foundations of your life, home, the past, your living situation, your family of origin. If there's been any question or confusion around these matters, they're going to clear up very quickly now. It's going to feel as if a light comes on and you find a sense of forward momentum. And it can feel as if you're that much more certain as to where home is, what it is to feel at home within yourself, within your body, within your skin, what it is to feel that much more grounded as well. And this can be one of those moments where it feels as if you are having an understanding of your past that is bringing a new perspective that you didn't know you needed until it came. Home can become a place that feels more harmonious and more beautiful to you. And if you're looking to make changes on the home front, well, greater clarity comes about in that regard. And I would also add, this is also remarkable if it is that you have a home-based business or you work with homes. This is where it starts to feel like you're able to love the work you do that much more and experience greater prosperity. Venus is doing something fascinating this month, and that is this month, Venus is slowing right down, standing still, going direct, slowly moving forward, all while close in the sky to Saturn and the North Node. In fact, as we start moving towards the new moon, which happens on the 27th, it is just 2 days before that Venus and the North Node and Saturn are together with precision in the sky. This triple conjunction is profound. It's a turning point moment, and it's a moment of truth. I think of Venus and Saturn together representing delayed gratification. But with the North Node there, it's like it is karmic work, but it's also a part of what opens up pathways for greater blessings to find you. So whatever changes you're hoping to make on the home front or understandings of your own past, metaphorically or literally, well, this is soul work whose time has come, but it's soul work that ultimately opens you to even greater blessings. This precise connection takes place just 2 days before a new moon. The day before the new moon, we do have Mars opposite Pluto. This is the third and final opposition of these two planets, a key characteristic of the larger Mars retrograde season that we've been in, going all the way back to the first days of October 2024. Well, now here we are. It is going to be as soon as we step into next month that Mars leaves shadow. The larger Mars retrograde season will be good and over. We are so close, and it is in the days leading up to this wrapping up of loose ends, of Mars retracing the steps it took while it was retrograde, went direct in February. And it is now, as this opposition occurs, that there might be stress, there might be tension, but there's also, just after it, a sense of release and understanding. But here's the thing, it won't be as quick as we hope. And that is because, and I'm sorry to say it won't be as quick as we hope, but look, here's the thing. It is going to be the new moon that takes place on the 27th that is setting up a larger configuration of tension called a T-square involving Mars and Pluto, which means that that new moon is adding emotion, adding that much more tension into the mix. Mars is moving through a worldly part of your sky, and Pluto is in a communicative part of your sky. Mars is asking you to consider the philosophies that guide your life, that help you to make sense of the world. And it is the opposition to Pluto that might feel like in some way those beliefs are being challenged. It is the new moon that's happening in a part of the sky for you that has to do with your daily life. So this is about your work life, how you move through your days, your habits, your rituals, how well you take care of you in terms of your health-related habits as well. Clients, customers, coworkers, immediate supervisors. Now, these might be people who add that much more stress into your life now. I'm so sorry to say, but it does happen. And it's like, yeah, these might be part of the source of some tension that finds you. And yet it is almost like a necessary tension because it shows you who people are. It shows you how people might push your buttons. And it invites you to get honest about how much power you might be giving away in the process. But for all that, what we also get is you looking at how you're actually living and if it aligns with the morals, the ethics that guide your life or not. Because if they don't, well, are they worth continuing to do? Are those activities or habits or rituals worth continuing to participate in if they contradict what it is that you know to be right for you? That becomes part of the consideration, but the new moon gives you a fresh insight, a new understanding, and ultimately gives way to that stress then, the stressful energy of the opposition then, feeling like it's able to dissipate in a way that's that much more obvious. Now, where it comes to matters of love, I find that this energy of Venus with Saturn, it represents a moment of truth and love for all of us out there, and a moment of consequence. The North Node being there, it's like the work whose time has come. Love and the past are very connected for you now. But here's the thing. Think about that full moon on the 12th. And that full moon is speaking in supreme harmony with Jupiter in your opposite sign. And what that suggests is love, partnership, is very much a part of the new understandings you're finding now. That full moon brings emotion, every full moon does, but it's also about raising your standards. It's about that loftier vision of what love is for you that ultimately you're moving towards in one way or another. Where you've had that, it'll strengthen. Where you haven't, you'll be honest with yourself about what needs to change. So for those of you open to meeting someone new, look, Venus conjunct Saturn and the North Node is very strong for a lot of us, feeling like we could meet someone with real long-term potential, regardless of sign. Now, for you, there might be a rootedness in this person, in your past in some way. So what I mean is, it could be someone from your past, but more likely it's someone who you feel is from where you're from, and that's going to be highly personal. So for some, when they think of home, they think of a neighborhood, they think of a city or a country. For others still, it might be an ethnicity, right? It becomes even more larger, more meta than that. Regardless, though, there is some sense of shared roots with someone new that you could meet now and feel a meaningful connection with. And that could be a meeting that takes place in particular under the light of the full moon at a social event. For those of you just starting to date someone, there is a sense of wanting meaningful friendship with this person, especially around the full moon, feeling companionship with this person. But for all that, the guiding question with Venus and all that Venus is doing really is, how comfortable do you feel with this person or not? It's there that you're going to find answers that are relevant to you and your pathway forward. And for those of you in an established bond, the overwhelming majority are going to find a depth of commitment, of rootedness, of consistency in the love that the two of you share. There will be a small percent out there, if you felt for a while that you might not be in the right relationship for you. I do think this is where all the past stirs so strongly, and all the hurts that have been there that maybe were swept under the rug that you didn't want to look at before or hadn't adequately addressed. They come to the surface now as part of figuring out what it is you want to do about them, what it is you want to do next. What I love about this month for you, there's so much here. It's a powerful and meaningful astrological moment. I'm going to say, I love that full moon energy for you. In many ways, it's the star of the show. Jupiter is your ruling planet. Jupiter's in the opposite sign. And it is speaking in supreme harmony with that full moon as well. Something within you will feel very good, feel very right, and feel that you have the right people to interact with, to share with, to go back and forth with. They'll either give you a more philosophical perspective on life, or they'll help you welcome in real opportunity, bigger than you've known before. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this each and every week for each and every sign for as low as just $3 a month with Choose Your Membership rate over at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com, where you get expanded exclusive video scopes each and every week. Higher tiers get you things like all access passes to Synchronicity University events, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. Links are in the description below. Thank you again for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.